Hey everybody, Sean here with another episode of Thrift Store Gems, and I got some cool stuff here for you. First up we have Kirby Enthusiasm Season 3. Very cool show. If you guys haven't seen it, it's a lot like Seinfeld. In fact, this guy worked on Seinfeld. In fact, I would even say it's Seinfeld 2, The Continuing Adventures of George Costanza, being that George Costanza was based on Larry David. This is a really fun show, and I definitely get some really good laughs out of it, so I definitely recommend checking it out, especially if you like that kind of humor, like in Seinfeld. Really cool thing about the DVD here too, I'll show you, you just pull this, and it pops out like that. Yeah, how cool is that? Never seen that before. I can kind of see why it's kind of weird. I can see a lot of people probably broke their cases doing it, but I think it's very neat. Next up we have some English humor with The Office, first and second series, if you will. Yeah, this is a great show. If you've seen the American Office, this is the original, actually, is what it was based off of. They only had 2 seasons, whereas the American one had something crazy, like, I don't know, 7 or 8. Either way, this is a great show, definitely holds up to it. They're different. I'd put them in 2 different categories just because the American one went for so much longer and they have more basis on that, where this one is, it's the original, and it's, you know, it's a little more punch, a little more quicker with the punchline, a little more dry. It all depends on your type of humor, which one you like more. Either way, definitely a cool series about David Brent, who's just your classic awful boss. It also comes with this really cool fictional newsletter written and edited by David Brent called the Werner Hog News, which is really, it has some hilarious jokes. And on the inside, some really cool stuff too. Like, it has the British term to American translation for some of the slang they use, which is really funny. Like, for instance, it has the word bugger, which is noun, a familiar, gently derogative term for a man of any objectionable person. Or verb, less gentle, vulgar slang to practice sodomy. It has a full 4.5 pages of this, and it is absolutely laugh out loud funny. It also has a cool little bio of all the characters in the show. The second DVD doesn't come with the newsletter, but it does come with a sweet map layout of The Office. And it also has 2.5 pages of the British slang to American translation, which is still just as funny as the other one. Next we have some stuff that definitely ring from my childhood, and that is Game Boy games. First up here we have a couple Zeldas, which is my favorite series of all time. And here we have Zelda: A Link to the Past and 4 Swords. This is really cool. A Link to the Past is a Super Nintendo game, which is awesome. I have it on Super Nintendo, very nice. It also has 4 Swords too. I have one buddy that has a copy of this now, and hopefully I can find 2 more people and we can play 4 Swords, which is a really neat 4-player adventure game, which I would love to try. We also have the Minish Cap too, where it tells the story of how he got his hat. A lot of people kind of diss on the story, but I've never played it. I'm really excited to give it a go, actually, because I like the overhead style, and there's not that many of them, so I'm definitely excited about that. We also have another series near and dear to my heart from my childhood, and that is the Pokemon games. Here we have Pokemon Red. I wanted this so bad as a kid. It was kind of funny. I had Yellow, but I couldn't beat Brock because all I had was a Pikachu, much like a lot of people growing up. So what happened was, eventually I was getting a gift. I was like, oh, Mom, can I get one of the other Pokemon games because you can choose a different starter, which I was going to get, but as soon as we went to the store, I ended up choosing something else. I forget what it was. It was probably an N64 game or something, so I could play with me and my sisters, and I might have got guilted into doing, I'm not sure. But either way, I didn't get it. But I have it now, and I'm very excited about this. Can't wait to start it up and play it all the way through. And along the same line, this is actually the Game Boy Advance remake of the Game Boy game. They are a different color, but they are essentially the same game, minus a few different Pokemon that you can't get. So this is essentially a blue version that we would have had in, you know, the 90s, whatever, and then updated to the Game Boy Advance. So I plan on, you know, trying this one first, then this one, just to see all the updates. It should be fun. Next we have a couple cult classic tapes, and first up we have one of my favorite actors of all time, and that would be Vincent Price in The Bat. Haven't checked this out yet, definitely excited. I love Vincent Price, and I love old horror, so it should be good. Really excited about this. It also stars Agnes Moorehead, who I'm not familiar with. Has a nice little tagline here. When it flies, someone dies. And last but certainly not least, we have something very exciting. And that's King Kong vs. Godzilla. That's right, King Kong vs. Godzilla. The ultimate matchup. This is done by Toho, I believe, so it wasn't done by the King Kong people. But very cool. Very excited to see this. And they definitely had to pump up King Kong's size, because if you remember, he had to climb up the Empire State Building. And he wasn't really able to knock it down, where Godzilla could just mouth through everything. Can't wait to check this out. It should be the battle of all ages. Really cool cover too. It looks like King Kong's running away from Godzilla, super scared. Yeah, I love this stuff though, where people in suits are fighting. I wish there was more of it. I'm pretty tired of CG. Well, that does it for another episode of Thrift Store Gems. Hope you guys like what you saw. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Hope you had a good time seeing this. You know, please check out my other videos, and have a good one.